Good morning. Malaysians recently have been very concerned about enzyme technology. I'm Amy and you're watching an academic show. To better understand, we invite two of our experts, Mr. Abu and Ms. Anissa. Okay, Ms. Anissa, would you like to share some of your intelligence in this area?
Okay, thank you for having us here today. In general, enzyme is a biological catalyst that promote and speed up the chemical reaction without being altered in the process. Okay, the enzyme determines the patterns of transformation of the chemical as well as the energy of the living organism. Okay, the reason why we are discussing about the immobilized enzyme is because of enzyme that can be retained from the process. Firstly, I'm going to talk about the method for the immobilization process. It can be classified into two methods, which are chemical and physical method. The chemical method is divided into two, which are the covalent attachment and the cross-linking. The covalent attachment of enzyme molecule via non-essential amino acid residues to the water-insoluble are the most widely used method for the immobilization enzyme. Another variation of immobilization is by covalent attachment is the copolymerization of the enzyme with the reactive monomer. Commonly in Malaysia, our employed water-insoluble support for the covalent attachment of enzyme include two subtypes of support, which are synthetic support and natural support. The active polymer will be simply mixed with the enzyme to produce the immobilized enzyme. Another type of chemical method is cross-linking using multifunctional reagent. Water-insoluble enzyme that can be prepared by using multifunctional agents that are all bifunctional in the nature, and it has a lower molecular weight. There are several different techniques for this method, which are either the enzyme is reacted with the multifunctional reagent alone, or it will absorb on the surface of active support, followed by intermolecular cross-linking with the multifunctional reagent to strengthen the attachments. Meanwhile, there are few types of physical method, which are adsorption, entrapment, and microencapsulation. Firstly, adsorption method is the simplest way to immobilize the enzyme. The enzyme can be adsorbed physically on the surface active adsorbent by contacting an aqueous solution of enzyme with an adsorbent. Commonly employed adsorbents are, for example, alumina, calcium carbonate, cellulose, collagen, etc. Next physical method is entrapment. The enzyme can be entrapped with the cross-linked polymer by forming a highly cross-linked network of polymer in the presence of the enzyme. The advantage of this method is that there is no chemical modification of the enzyme, but the enzyme may be deactivated during the gel formation. Another physical method is the microencapsulation. The enzyme can be mobilized within the semi-permeable membrane of the microcapsules. This can be done by the interfacial of polymerization technique. The alternate solvent, which containing one component of the copolymer with the surfactant, is agitated in a vessel and aqueous enzyme solution is introduced. The polymer membrane is formed at the liquid-liquid interface while the aqueous phase is dispersed into small droplets.
So let's go to Mr. Abu. In what way do you think immobilization technique is applied in Malaysian industry?
Thank you, Ms. Aini, for giving me the opportunity to talk. Now, in Malaysia, there are many techniques that are usually used or can be used in the field of enzyme mobilization. One of it is called thermogravimetric analysis, or TGA for short. And TGA is a thermal analysis, such as the name implies, which means it involves heat. Now, it can be defined as a group of technique in which the physical properties of the substance or product is measured as a function of temperature, while the substance itself is subjected to a controlled temperature environment. Now, these techniques are usually used in the field of environment, food technology, biochemistry, petrochemical, and several other fields of studies. The sample size can be as little as few milligrams up to 10 grams, depending on the equipment used. Now, the mass of the substance under a controlled atmosphere is measured as a function of temperature or time. Now, these substances are heated or cooled in a furnace, and at the end, its characteristics are verified. And after that, in a thermogram, the data collected are used to plot a graph to give a certain information about the substance, mainly about its thermal stability, reaction rate, and also kinetic of the decomposition of the substance. TGA are mainly used to determine the thermal stability of the substance, either modified or unmodified, depending on the mass loss during the decomposition of the enzyme.
May I know about any feature of immobilization techniques?
In the past, we learned to work with impure enzyme, either whole cell or cell homogenates. But in the future, we can expect that the development process using multi-enzyme system. One of the rapidly emerging areas in the field of sciences is the development of biosensors for industrial process control, in which immobilized enzyme technology plays a pivotal role. Thus, there is an interesting possibilities within the field of immobilized enzyme, and it is imminent that in the future, many applications will be replaced by immobilized system, and many more new systems can be technically as well as commercially feasible. Thank you.
Well, thanks to both our experts for your time for today. See you next time. Bye.